Hello, green room. I figured the elevator doesn't stop on this floor, so there's probably actually... Well, that was noisy. Interesting reaction from the elevator if you're not staying on that floor. Anyway, I figured there'd be something on this floor, because the elevator doesn't stop here normally. If I was gonna hide a secret, I'd put it here. Ooh. Outside window to the freaky environment. That's a cool sight. There's the broken staircase we saw. That poor staircase. Oop. Little stuck. There we go. There we go. There had to be something.
As scientists, we realize that color is merely a question of the wavelengths of ethereal vibrations. But that does not seem to have dispelled the feeling that eyes which reflect light near wavelength 4800 are a subject for rhapsody, whilst those which reflect wavelength 5300 are left unsung. We have not yet reached the practice of the Laputans who, if they would, for example, praise the beauty of a woman or any other animal, they describe it by rhombs, circles, parallelograms, ellipses, and other geometrical terms. The materialist, who is convinced that all phenomena arise from electrons and quanta and the like, controlled by mathematical formulae, must presumably hold the belief that his wife is a rather elaborate differential equation. But he is probably tactful enough not to obtrude this opinion in domestic life. If this kind of scientific dissection is felt to be inadequate and irrelevant in ordinary personal relationships, it is surely out of place in the most personal relationship of all, that of the human soul to a divine spirit. Arthur Eddington, 1927.
Seem to be talking about some of the insanity involved in having a preference of eye color of all things and having that be a thing that matters at all. I always thought that was a weird thing, like when someone asks you what your taste in women is, and it seems to always come down to weird things like hair and eye color, and you're like, I'm always like, that's on the top of the list? That's something that comes up? As opposed to, like, the person? I don't know. It's weird. Hello? Every time I see a path like that, I just think it's gonna be the end point. So that looks like they're actually looping us back around. Must have to go all the way around the bamboo area if we want to get back down to the shore. Unless I walked past it a moment ago. Either way. That looks beautiful, by the way. I like how they render the bamboo forest. That's something I may never see in real life. That kind of location. I was thinking about the clouds, by the way. You can tell from the way that I'm moving around that some of these are relatively close to me, distance-wise. And they seem to wiggle around, and they don't seem to move much. And they have these weird patterns in them that keep making me think there's going to be a maze through them. And I'm wondering, that looks really high. Maybe when I go up there, I'll be able to do something with the clouds. They just look like they have to do something if you get them all lined up or something. But from here, I can't see them the right way. Hey, Obelisk. How you doing? You here to taunt me? Like the others? There we go. Those three must be the three we've made underwater. Yeah, the one that's almost a full circle pretty much cements that. So there's a whole bunch of them over there in the swamp area, which, yes, guys, I'm sure that I did not finish. I don't think I finished most areas, really. I'm just slowly circumventing the island and seeing what I can solve along the way. That's interesting. It looks like it's pointing... I was gonna say it's pointing at the greenhouse, but it could be pointing at the mountain itself somewhere too. Definitely a lot of these to find. How far along are we? I like that I can check whenever I want to. 238 plus 32. Alright. But yeah, in case you're worried about me missing stuff, just to be clear, I am going to... Like, this is my first pass around the island, a basic navigational trip, but in the long run, I'm gonna be doing continual passes around here and being more and more completionist and picking up on all the details I didn't find the first time. I just find... Is that the main island again? That is the main island again. You know what? Since we're right here, instead of going on to the next zone, let's go right back to the castle since they seem to have led me right back to there. I want to see if I can... I want to double check the puzzles that were in the back area of the zone, just to see if I can... I'm sorry, what's that? Are those people hanging upside down? Huh. Ominous. Creepy. You can see that the tar or whatever was seeping through the bottom. But yeah, I'm gonna keep making passes around this entire place until I solve everything, ultimately. It'll be non-linear and weird, and it'll be very frustrating for people who look this up for the purpose of figuring out solutions as opposed to watching a Let's Play. But I'm not really here to serve those people. Not that I spite them or anything. Here we go. Yep, I know what that mechanic does now. Wait, do you open already? No, you're not powered on. Oh, right. I don't have to open the door itself, I just need to get my access to there. Oh, this could be a problem. I sure hope this is part of the solution, because I may not be able to get into the chamber otherwise. Alright, so I need to make a perfect shape like that. Let's see. Let's plan this out a little bit. So it has to touch here. That one has to touch here. Neither of them can be rotated. So all that we can do is make this shape here, or we can make it over here. But we can't put it over here because we have to start out over here. So this thing's pretty much set in stone as to where it's going to be. And that thing's pretty much set in stone. So I guess the only way to solve this would be to go up around here, then loop across. There doesn't seem to be much... Yeah, there doesn't seem to be actual options here. Seems to just rely on you knowing what the how the puzzle mechanic works in the first place. Let's see. We do have to go up one more. I wonder if there's an obstruction in the environment that messes with this at all. Yeah, this is... Oh, look at you. I need to not walk over there because it'll mess up the puzzle. You're being sneaky. So can I use a part of the floor over here? Yes, I can walk across the wood to complete the puzzle without actually walking onto the piece of the puzzle that'll ruin things for me. Ta-da! Alright. We have our third piece of this place done. And I also know how to do that one now. Where's the starting point? Right here, on the left. Is there one on the right too? There might be one all the way on the far end. Hang on a second, is this going to be a parallel place? It sure is. I thought the background looked like it was a funny color. And the fact that there was two... I noticed another starting point in the far corner. So it's parallel. So you need to make a... You need to make two L shapes that could be conjoined, and you also need to touch the exit, and you have to do this in a way that lets you leave. Let's see here. Are there any obstructions on my side? There are no obstructions on my side. There's one on the other side that could be line of sight problems when I try to solve the top part, but for now we're good. So, basically just need to make a basic structure of how I want to solve this. You have to start here. Oh, this is going to be interesting. So you have to try to draw a shape that goes across, and you have to do it in a way where... If we're starting at two separate endpoints, you can't... If it works like the other symmetrical puzzles, you can't overlap your own line, which makes it difficult to impossible to touch the middle part, basically. So you don't want to touch the middle. I have to start over there. Let's see here. Oh, I see what I can do here. So, if I start here and go up a little bit... No. I was thinking I could start in the corner and go up a little bit to make the end point, and then go across like this, and I'd basically create the shape over here. But that doesn't work, because, I'll be covering the line, so I can't... I mean, I guess I could test it. I might as well test it, but I think it's not going to work because I'll be crossing the line that the other part of me, the other version of me has to cross later on. But we could test to see if it lets me do it at all. And it does not. Also, I believe I did that wrong. I did do that wrong. It did. Well, that's a mess. But yeah, at the very least, I should actually solve the puzzle the way I said I was going to do it. Alright, so we're going to try to make the shape so it's facing downward. What I'm doing right now is going to defy how I think these puzzles work. The symmetrical puzzles. But I might as well try it just in case it works in this specific weird situation with the pressure plate puzzle. It does not... Did it work? I just heard a creaking noise. But nope, the puzzle's not sealed in. So, as you can see, this, aside from looking vaguely swastika-like, that should form... This L shape could be up here, and that L shape could be down here. Oh, I realized my mistake. They're not opposites of each other. So aside from the part where I'm crossing lines and cheating, they're actually both the same shape starting out. So however I'm... Ooh. That's interesting. They both start out as the same shape, so you'd have to wonder, how do I take two parallel lines that are working in opposite directions of each other and then make two shapes that are facing the same way, albeit possibly rotated? It seems the rotational part's actually not that big of a deal, because this thing flipped over itself is actually a pretty perfect inversion of itself anyway. So I think I'm going to start down here and just try to loop around here. You're essentially just drawing one shape, and there's only so many places you could put it. So no, even if I think about it for a while, the solution's going to be straightforward. We got it. There we go. So it looks like that. There we go. Not too bad. Interesting recycling of mechanics to overlaying two things we haven't seen used in conjunction with each other yet. And now we just looped back around, huh? Okay. So now we have access to the beginning of this area, but now we actually went all the way around. Oh, there's that thing I solved earlier. So I looked at this thing. I was trying to figure out how to solve it differently. And I realized it shouldn't be that big of a deal to solve it differently, actually. In a second. So before I was trying to solve it in a way that doesn't involve going out of your line of sight. And I believe there's a few ways to do that. It might be a little difficult. That dot might still cause me trouble. Wait a minute, no. So it goes down here. I'm trying to think of an alternate way. I was like, what if I just started down the bottom and looped it this way, for example? But my issue is, how do I get this guy to be... How do I get it to be visible from up there? I'm wondering if there's a different place I could stand altogether, just because you look at this thing... I have to get this spot to be within line of sight of this, but I think this wall's gonna be in my way no matter what. Which weirds me out, because yeah, like this is the location I have to grab based on how those dots work. This one's weird to me. So we just have to assume that you have to step here. Even though it seems to be behind a wall, I just have to assume that. And if we stay back, we can probably break line of sight with this problem over here. Though even that might be hard. At that point, it's not too hard to go ahead and grab this piece real quick. And then just try to cross over here in a way that doesn't get line of sight problems. But the statue might be a problem no matter what. I don't know if I truly fixed the problem at all. But it's a slightly different solution. And I think I already see how to solve this in a way that avoids some of the... Except I can't step on this at all, right? Like, that panel doesn't work. That does mess with my plan. I was thinking, oh, I can make this all avoid line of sight problems just by going like that. Boom, boom. But, it caused me a bit of a problem over there. Well, I don't actually have to have all the black pieces together at once, though. Okay. Because you don't have to group all the pieces together, you just have to make sure that they're not paired with the wrong sets. So I could just cut this one short, but then that thing has a shadow, so I can go back here, and then come down. And then hopefully that'll be a shadow, that'll be hopefully a line of sight defying solution for this puzzle. Slightly different, but it works. Yeah. Alright, let's go test to see which combination of our puzzles so far may or may not have given us a clear line of sight. Alright, let's give this a shot. Come on. I misjudged where the line of sight problem is going to come from. From this angle, this thing specifically caused a problem, so it looks like I nailed it. I just need to twerk this one slightly the other way. This one looks like I did solve it, though. Oh, that black spot ruins things. Okay. Interesting. They both have little quirks that I didn't see at first. So I need to solve that in a way that avoids that black oil slick spot. Can I have this one at least? I can have half of it. Do I have to also oh, I bet I have to solve the other side differently. I probably have to come up with a variation that makes the Tetris shape go over here on this side. Solve the other side. Assuming there even is a second one. The fact that there even is one of these makes me think, yeah. The fact that I can click on it makes me think that there is a version of that is a puzzle. Interesting. I'll have to figure that one out. Still, so out of maybe 5, I have like 1. This is interesting though, we have this again, just like over there. So it seems like maybe there is 2 lasers that come out of this thing. Because we do totally have this thing back. Alright. If only I could just stand in just the right location. Let's see, I wonder if do I have to solve it exactly the same way as I did already? Oh. Oh, goodness me. I see the quirk here. You basically can't solve it the same way, can you? No, you can't. You can't solve it the same way because they took the 4 mazes and squished them together. So this screen is basically useless to me right now, as far as I can tell. Because they squished off the, they squished them all together so they share boundaries. So, for example, this is where, roughly over here is where the other one, the other maze quits itself. And there's broken lines over there to mess with everything. I guess you could almost make it work. It mainly messes with one of my existing parts of my solution, but maybe I can still do something with this. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is gonna be all sorts of weird. Huh. Yeah, that other side's gonna cause me some problems, I think. Oh, right. I mean, I could just do this, and that'll deal with the black and white segregation issue. Then I have to make that thing a shape like that. And I'm already in trouble, because I can't finish drawing you, and I can't move you anywhere because you're stuck against the wall. Okay. They are just actively antagonizing me, aren't they? Well, what do you know? We can just start over here then. That'll make this earlier part easy. Because we can probably just do the same solution as before. No, we can't. Not quite, no. Because we can't exactly crush the I solved it before by grabbing around here and then crushing down against the bottom barrier, which no longer exists. It does cause us some problems. Yeah, this is weirdly complicated just because of the sheer number of mechanics it uses at once. Huh. I wonder if I should avoid coming over here at all at first. Maybe just ignore the other dot for a little while. Maybe I'll have the opportunity to come back to it a little later. Oh yeah, wrap around the white pieces here. And if I did that, they're isolated, but the problem is I'm still causing myself a problem with the bar on the far end. This is a clusterfuck is what this is. This is a giant mess. Yeah, how do I make you the right shape? Okay. I'm gonna have to stare at this one for a little while, I think. So back to square one a bit. Let's grab the dots right away. I feel like that's the easy part of the puzzle that I shouldn't overcomplicate. And it seems like we have to loop around here. What I'm noticing is the big loose end here is this big bar right here. And what we know is that whenever you're drawing a full shape like this, you can't circle them completely because of how the lines work in this game. So I can't be drawing this part on the wall. You have to break the piece off on the wall. Which means that when I'm coming from the north, I have to be going this way. From this top corner. Which means I have to be sliding along the wall, so I must have to just draw this shape against this wall, because I have to be coming from this direction as I come up to this long piece. And yeah. And from here I can lock off the white. So that the black pieces are safe now. Then draw the L. There's the L and the bar. Both 2 L's are done. This one can rotate. And that one, I can't draw from its current position because I'd connect with the bar I'm already drawing, but if I rotate it 180 degrees-ish, then I could do it right here. And I think this works. What did I mess up? Wait, what did I mess up? Oh, do I have to solve the ones down there in the same pattern? Crap. Oh, I see what went wrong. I'm thinking of these white and black bars as their own entities, but by wrapping it around like that, the mistake I made is that I included them as part of the shape of the Tetris blocks, which means that they don't count. That means it's not that shape right now. So what's messing this up is these 2 white blocks that I'm wrapped around right now. I need to find a different way of isolating them that doesn't wrap them into the shape of an existing Tetris block unless it's allowed to be in that position, but I don't think any of them are. So I've looked at a few different configurations now. And I keep getting stuck with the long piece. But I think... What if I set the the long piece could be all the way up here. If I loop around the colors this way, this could be the long piece right here, which I have to connect to. But the only way to connect to the long piece icon to the long piece being up here would be to use the rotating one down there. So we use the middle rotating one and put that here. But now we need to put the top one somewhere, which can't rotate. So let's put that down next. And those are those 3 shapes, I believe. Yeah, long piece on top, rotated middle one in the middle, and then the top one's now on the bottom. And I can't... Let's see, if I try to connect down here... I can't really add the bottom one to the shape from here in its current configuration without overlapping lines or doubling over myself. But it doesn't have to be part of the shape. Is this it? Ah! What did I do? Did I do laser? I don't see anything coming out. I don't know if that one actually accomplished anything important. Anything out there? Did anything move? I'm not seeing it at the moment. Nothing seems to have moved. I guess it's just a thing you solve. Maybe solving each of them is both an maybe both are valid ways of getting that laser to turn on or something. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have another go with these things though, since I managed to mess up multiple of them. So I'm trying to find a way to solve this without causing line of sight problems. And I think it might involve going around. Let's see. We went this way last time. Basically, we can't go back there because of that beam. We can't go left because of the smear. So what if I loop behind? From that direction, we should have clear line of sight of this spot. But I've trapped my way. That's white and that's black. So I just trapped myself with a way of not being able to separate those. Oh, I'd probably want to go over there. There's got to be a way of getting over there. Huh. I need a way of touching this spot past this damn beam. Let's see. It has to involve this wood right here. I must have the opportunity of trying to circumnavigate something a little bit. If only I could reset it from over here, I could start walking on this side, basically. Alright, let's give it another shot. I want to go like this, I think. See, because going like this separates the white. And going around back here avoids breaking line of sight. And if I can go like down here, then I can loop up like this in a way that separates the other white. So I just need to separate both pieces of white, basically, in a way that connects with both walls. And I believe that will require me, since this is right here, I have to be able to come in like this, so that means that this line has to be right here. The problem is trying to figure out how to draw that. Is there a way to walk? Can I walk over here at all? No. So here's the problem, is I can't step right here, because it'll connect them and ruin the beam. But I need a way of touching... I need to get on that wood somehow so I can walk over and break my sequence a little bit. Let's see. Oops, still stepping on things. It'd be great if I could reset that puzzle from anywhere else, but I don't think I can get line of sight on it because of the direction of the monitor. I don't think there's like a reflection trick I can do around here, necessarily. Oh. It just clicked for me. I have access to this back room from here. Oh, I can do things with that. Okay, so press forward to this point in the maze, and then run around in the background. Wow. I totally had the right train of process? Thought process, whatever. Train of thought is what I was thinking of. Thought process and train of thought at the same time. I had the right thought, but I was focused on those boards back there, and I failed to notice that, yeah, there's a walkway back there. Here we go. Careful. Don't make it stupid now, please. Did I do it? You're not sealed in. Does that mean I made a mistake? Oh, I made a dumb mistake right at the beginning. My bad. I failed to seal off the... I took one dumb wrong direction at the very, very beginning. That was really dumb. Here we go. There we go. With that corrected over there, we should now be good to go. That's certainly a good sign. So yeah, there's... Yep. We separated most of the black icons from each other. But yeah, that's an alternate path that I think doesn't break line of sight. This one was just a minor tweak of juking around here to avoid this wall. Come on, give me 2 more solves. Got them both. Cool. Haven't even started on that one yet, though. That one might be rough. Actually, maybe not. I just need to draw the shape in a way... Let's see, just draw that L shape. I could probably just go around this way instead. To draw the L shape, and then loop back around like this to draw the long one. That seems really easy. This one's gonna be weird. I think I have to avoid these overhangs, assuming that's even part of the puzzle. Oh yeah, because I think I remember looking at the obelisk before, and we saw that there was 5 over here. So I do have to solve this one. I just need to create a pattern that doesn't involve going under those things, which will be interesting. See, standing over here, I just need to make it go in a different direction, basically. If I go this way instead and then go across, at that point... Oh, the problem is that... Yeah, that doesn't quite do it. I can't start here and go up because I'll go into that bar and we won't be able to complete the puzzle. It has to be a valid solution for the puzzle too. I'll take a look at that in a moment. Let's focus on the solution I think I already solved. Alright, so let's do this alternate solution. Oh, you sneaky, sneaky. The problem here is not being... The problem is that the doorway is here. Here, let's try something. So I'm trying to go along the back wall, right? I just need to try to stand somewhere Like over here? Come on. I'm thinking I need to stand somewhere where I just can step on that thing, basically. Let's see. Right here is part of my solution. I can't see it from here. Oh, this thing's gonna be my way too. That's not a problem. There's boards over there. I need to try it. Can I reset it from here? Am I missing or something? Anyway, let's just stand somewhere that's part of the solution. Like right here? There we go. Just need to do it while I'm already standing on the puzzle. We need to make an L shape. Hang on a second. It's slightly harder to envision from here. So it needs to go up over here. Right. Okay, so that this side we just need to touch the origin. There. 1, 2, 3, right? Yeah, Tetris block. So go up like this. See, we're avoiding going behind that beam, which is how we solved this. And now I just go all the way to the end to make the bar, which involves going along this way. And we get cut off, but over here you can see there's wood, so I can just walk between. So it's no big deal. There we go. This one definitely took me less figuring out than the last one did, I think, if I did this correctly. It's definitely a valid solution. Cool. Yeah, just resetting it while you're already in it is how that worked. I'm wondering if that's how this one's gonna work too. It also might be that this one, the new solution might be something that's made possible. No? Probably not. I was thinking this new solution might be made possible by the fact that the back door is now open, because that's something that Talos Principle would always do. But this is just a mirror image of the other side over there. I guess, if anything, this gives me a better view of where this thing is, but really, I should be able to solve it from the other side. But let's just see if my most recent solution worked. Come on, that looks pretty good. There we go. It makes sense the obelisk is so vague, because if it wasn't, that kind of stuff would be too obvious about how exactly you solve this. If it wasn't a weird notch thing that was mostly empty in the middle, they'd just be telling me the solutions. But what is your deal? So I need to find a way to draw two shapes. And I think that, yeah, they were rotatable, but they're both the same L block. So I need to come up with a pattern that goes from one side. Wow. The tough thing is trying to draw the symmetrical shape that probably doesn't have an overlapping line. Or if it does have an overlapping line, it has to be one where I still have the ability to reach the exit. Alright, stay with me on this one. I think what I'm figuring out here is... So this is blocked, right? But we have to start here, because we're drawing this line. So, this has to go somewhere that doesn't go there. So it has to go here first, which means that one has to go here. Like this one has to go down one, that one has to go up one. That's just by default. But I can't go up again, because I'll block the exit, and we obviously haven't drawn our shape yet. That means I have to go this way. Just by going that way in general, on an L-shaped block, we're either making an L that goes this way, or an L that goes that way. Now, I don't know if I can realistically make the other L. Let's see, 1, 2... I think this would be the shape of the L. And then I guess I could... If I go... here... I can go that way to loop around. And go back around. And that'll draw the L, I guess. Yeah. What about the other direction? The other direction would go... here. Wait, that L's backwards. No? No, that L's not backwards, is it? But if we were to try to flip all the way around... Yeah, I think that was the solution. I think that was the solution. Alright, let me try that. I was pausing there for a second there because so the funny thing is I was sitting there like I sketched this thing out and I was about to try to like explain my thought process for my sketch, and then I think I ended up finding the alternate solution, which I thought was just an alternate solution at first, but it turned out that that was literally the solution because the way that I had sketched out was actually the way I sketched it out was actually incorrect. It didn't work because it was facing the wrong direction. So let's review, because we have to do it from this perspective now. So we're going to go up and make an L. So this is the toe. Yeah, the solution I sketched out was incorrect. I was sitting there looking at it, I'm like, crap. I did it. I made the shape face the wrong direction. But I think I just did it, right? Yeah, this should have worked. That is pretty funny. I just spent a few minutes trying to make a solution, and I had it sketched out. I'm like, alright, let's try to explain this. And literally, as I start doing that, I'm like, I just found the real solution on accident halfway through this incorrect explanation. Alright. That was an experience. Bam! Alright, this has been eventful. So we came back here, solved these two puzzles from scratch, because we didn't have their solutions originally. And then I did all 5 of the light I don't think I had any of the obelisk puzzles before, and I did this nightmare right here. So I didn't make it to the bamboo forest this episode like I thought I was going to, but I found things to keep myself preoccupied. And yeah, this well, as I enter the bamboo forest and stuff like that, those are other brand new areas, so I guess I could probably get some good time out of those, but aside from that, I would not be surprised if these episodes slow down a bit. Like, the 1 a day is probably going to become the norm, because the initial burst of success is probably over for the 2 a day videos, when I was just pumping those videos out. Because, yeah, this, I think I just made 1 episode just now, and ever since we came back to the castle, and it's taken me about 70 minutes to record. There's a lot of staring at things and just doing calculations in my head over and over again. The reasonable amount of off-screen thinking that happens between attempts. So what did we get here? That's all 5 of them. And those are the 2 that we already had last time we came here. And right over here, ooh. Look at you. That points at the shipwreck, right? Yes. That's the one I was stuck on. I couldn't figure out how to connect it. Oh, I'm almost certain right now that you probably have to ride the boat past that thing to do it. Because look at the puzzle pieces are actually disconnected. They're not normally disconnected, really, so the fact that they're disconnected makes me think that you start the animation on one of them and then wait for the boat to keep going a little bit before you can continue on the other one from the right perspective. I could be wrong. But anyway, guys, I'm rather happy with this little bit of progress. Thanks for watching like always. Let's check what my new number is. 241 plus 37. Alright. Thanks for watching like always, guys. I'll see you next time, where we continue into one of the new regions, I think. But once I saw this castle gate, I'm like, oh, I've been thinking about those puzzles for a while. I want to get back to them. I've been itching to come back there, but I was busy with those other zones and everything. Lasers!